to check the mic. You see me I say? Because it's only a drunken man would agree to build people's house in a riverbed. Gone are the days when studies weren't available. So people used to make bad decisions and build houses any which part them say like a flat surface. But we have information now. We have teams of people who are to study ideas and can't just run out there because something sounds good and you want to appease a certain set of people. So everything they say, yes, that's a good idea, we are going to do it. A good leader happy can tell the people them say, no, I don't think that makes sense. Are you hearing me out there? Check. Are you hearing me? Yo. Check my mic. A good leader if you can tell people that the idea of build some house in the pansan. Even the Bible speak against building house and sand, you know. If this man is not the devil himself to write it, I don't know who is. The man say, we are going to take up the sand, dump up the little land, and build a house. So we are, well, I don't know. But listen, it's only a drunken man would agree to something like that. There's no way somebody with sense going anywhere across Jamaica. Anywhere across Jamaica you go. You know Jamaica history. We live in a flood-prone area. We live in a hurricane zone. At least 3 times for the year, we have some massive flood. We have some week-long rain we hit with sometime. And your plan is to just go in a one riverbed, dig up some sand, throw it over there so and build a house and give it to poor people. Yes, there was a place in Portland, I forget the name of it, that was voted the wettest place on earth in Portland. Yes, the wettest place on earth. So as a leader, you're touring with persons and they're gonna suggest things to you. But not because it sounds good. Yo. Not because it sounds good means that you have to agree and then you run on the mic after half Q of power. I want 1 Q of power. Yes, after 1 Q of power, you run on the mic and go talk about, yes, they show me 1 piece of land. I'm going to take up little sand. No. We would not accuse in David of drinking Reneville. As the Prime Minister said, is the sniff of power, the fumes of power. Now, sometimes power coming out and clear back with green and yellow label. But we can't accuse the man of drinking anything. The Prime Minister said he was drunk on power. Yes, but as me say, sometimes power coming out and clear back with a green and, well, it coming out and hold it for back. All different label. Sometimes they call it Daniel, you know. Hold it for sitting they call power. But the fumes of power can junk you. And if you're not a strong leader, things like that will happen to you when you go up on a platform and you promise people to build them house in a gully bank. Now, listen to me carefully, people. I don't know if you understand the difference. When the Prime Minister touched on the housing matter last night, he did so by telling the people, listen to me, we are trying to catch up with the amount of house we need. But I know everywhere you think house for the house can there. That's why we have people who are expert in the fields to say, listen to me, no, you can't put house there, sir. That's why we have the housing corporation and we have the NHT and we have private contractors. And them not just run out go build house. Them study things first. This is not 1950 when you just see one piece of wood land and you go build one house and then 10 years later one big flood come and wash away. No. This is 2025 when we have data available to us. Hold on, you not hear me out there? Check. Put up my mic. Yes, this is 2025 when we have data available so people can make decision with safety being the paramount. Safety. The safety of our citizens, whether they vote for me or they don't vote for me. The safety, once you're elected prime minister, you're a prime minister for every single Jamaican. So the idea, because it is politically expedient, you're going to say, I'm going to build some unsafe house, give your supporters more, nonetheless, you know. Give your supporters. Now, PMP supporters, listen to me. I understand, say, uno get a high of bringing down Jamaica. But say if you can take a break from bringing down Jamaica and try to rise up on yourself. Yes, just stop bring down Jamaica for a day and just bring up on yourself. Stop believe, say, if you no party in a power, you can't get nothing. No. That is a notion where them sell on them tell you, say, sit down, your party soon come give you something. No. Jamaica today have a government that, as the Prime Minister said last night, can attain full employment. Can. But we have to get some people who are sitting on the sidelines, who have been sold the notion, say, nothing and go on. You have to get them off. And tell them, say, the days something are go on is not when somebody gives you something, it's when somebody gives you an opportunity. Because once you get that opportunity, and you go out and you get that skill, and you start to earn from that skill, nobody can take that skill away from you. Nobody can take that skill away from you. A change of government cannot affect your skill. A change of member of parliament can't affect your skill. Nobody can take it away from you. Stop make people tell you not to be lazy. That's all we say. Stop make people tell you not to be lazy and sit down and wait for somebody to come give you something. Opportunities are being created in Jamaica. Can't you do so? Big up yourself. And these opportunities are for everybody. I remember back in the 70s under PMP government, there was a ministry called mobilization. And that ministry was to ensure that only PMP supporters get work. Only PMP supporters get certain opportunities. That ministry today is non-existent. And opportunities are created unilaterally for every single person. When you go to heart, nobody will ask who you vote for. Nobody at heart, I go give you one armband, I give you one t-shirt. No. You walk in, you get your course, you sit down, you learn, and you come out. Nobody cares. The time will come, however, when you will have a choice. Them say the whole country when half the MP was not there. Not sure what that relating to brain box, right? But that is what we need to do. We have to get the other local person them for out, get the youth them to realize that there are opportunities out there, get them to realize that sitting on the corner is not it. Get them to realize that waking up 6 o'clock in the morning and your only concern is when we can get one special is not it. When the Dan pass through and can buy me a special, that is not it. When the politician can pass through and buy a drink at the bar, that is not it. What you have to have the ambition to do is sometimes the politician go pass through and me can buy the drink one time. Come boss, I could go drink something over here, so. And you buy him a drink. And sometimes the Dan come and you rate him as the Dan, you know. But when he order, you say, hold on, boss, let me deal with that one here. When you got the bar, when you no got dance together and the boss order the 5 back like NSC. You have to be man enough to even can buy 2 Red Bull put beside it. Oh yes, that's in the new building. That's in the new building. But that's corporate rent. That's corporate rent. I remember there was an issue a couple of years ago where the ministry, and this was about 10 years ago. This was about 10 years ago, where the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, was it the Foreign Affairs? They rented a building at the top of Half a Tree, a little bit before Marketplace, right there, sir. And that rent, prime real estate, was $10 million. Right? That rent was $10 million. That's corporate rent. Right? But I believe something will be worked out. But those are distraction issues. If they have a problem with the rent, they can negotiate them rent. But me see one little man on the TV I do so much, say I have to raise everything times 40 times. Now, the question we have to ask, why we not get lost in the dramatics. If everything when this over, we have to go raise it 40 times. 40 times this, 40 times that, 40 times that. In order to pay the rent. Is it the rent alone them pay? I'm not sure how them operate. Right? But that money is corporate rent. As I said, 10 years ago, when they rent, I forgot the number, it was right at the top of Half a Tree there, so. Little bit before you reach Marketplace, they rented a property there. And the rent was $10 million. And that was in Half a Tree. So, is that, yes, I just corporate rent. I am not in the corporate world, so I don't know how these things are worked out, and I will not purport to be an expert on it. Me don't know them. So I cannot judge whether or not it is as it should be. I don't know. I am not gonna turn a land expert overnight, like some of these comrades, where they're expert in everything overnight, just because it is the latest topic. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I will try to get some more information on it though, but I don't know. And I don't purport to give information on things I am not familiar with. I don't think I can be in a reasonable explanation about rentals, especially of corporate property. I don't know it, but I will get some information on it, rest assured. Rest assured. Right? But, my people, it was a successful night for the Jamaica Labour Party. That image there, well, I'm going to move the mic a little. That was Old Harbour last night. And that was not the only Labour Party meeting that kept last night. Labour Party had 3 meetings across the country last night. This one is St. James. Oh, this one is St. James. All right, King. Thank you. I thought this one was the Old Harbour picture. Right. Labour Party had 3 meetings across. 4. Old Harbour, St. James. Yeah. 4. Yes. 4. Yeah, yes, it was 4. Manchester, Old Harbour, St. James, Manchester. And what's the guy name? I forget his name. Adrian or something. He had a meeting too. So 4 meetings across last night. Which means I was saying that Fritz. I was saying that Old Harbour would have been a mass meeting. But it still wasn't a mass meeting because we had 4 meetings going on. So the Labour Party was able to pack 4 venues last night. 4 venues last night, and each of them were packed. Each of them were packed to the limit. It was a good look. It was a good vibes. And let me not talk about the online views for the Labour Party last night. The Labour Party last night had a crowd online as well as physical crowd in the venues. Because when you check out the streams that were going on, the Jamaica Labour Party on YouTube at one point was booking probably 6,000-7,000. Those are good numbers for the Jamaica Labour Party going on. The TikTok, the Prime Minister's view was round about 1,500. The Michelle Charles views was round about 1,500 also. And there were several other TikTokers who were streaming, whose views was well over 300 and going. Terry Long was up in the 1,500 mark too. So, well, them are go always watching because we have them problem, but they are not ours. Yes, we are their problem, but they are not ours. The online views was great. Yes, Babsy, thank you. Don't forget Babsy King. Babsy was up over 300 and clocking too. Neighbor had over 5. Hey, me say it was a crowded affair last night, both in person and online. And if you don't think some are going under pressure yet, if you don't think some see pressure yet, oh yeah, Sonny, yeah man, that Sonny too. Sonny was out too. Lily, I can't remember all of the people that was live last night, and all of them was clocking numbers in excess of 300, 400. Right? So it was a successful night for the Jamaica Labour Party. As we say, normally that gospel concert is the official launch of the Jamaica Labour Party campaign season. So we are officially now in campaign mode. All along we did a warm up the engine, but with the gospel concert at Old Harbour, which normally signify the start of our campaign, the Jamaica Labour Party is now in campaign mode. The machine is oiled and ready to continue the progress of Jamaica and impelling all Jamaicans, whether you are home and whether you're abroad, choose Jamaica. Choose Jamaica. That is our message to every single Jamaican, whether you are home or whether you're abroad. Choose Jamaica. It gets no simpler than that. Choose a school bus system that has been over 10 to 15 years in the making. All this hullabaloo about a school bus system. Jamaica should have had a school bus system going on 15 years now. 15 years now, we would have had a school bus system if the People's National Party did care one bit about the Jamaican people. Just one bit they wanted them to care. Mike Henry, under the leadership of the Transport Ministry, under the Bruce Schooling administration, started the framework for a rural school bus system. They placed the order for 230 buses. These were brand new buses that would have served rural school children. 230 buses that would have bus chin. Well, this is strange, but bus, let me hear what bus chin I say. 230 buses were ordered that would have served Omar Davis and the PNP cancel that. Mr. Chin, good morning, sir.
I go on my boss, blessed morning, man. I go on my boss, blessed morning, man. I go on listen to the program, man.
I am here, how can I help?
I go on listen to the bus, them I go on.
All right, sir. The bus them are going, man. They must set up.
School bus. It's just school kids, the bus they're gonna comply to bring to school. What about the teachers?
Just school kids, not teachers. I think they're attempting to negotiate to get not just teachers but ancillary staff on the bus, but I don't support it.
Why?
It is when in America, does ancillary staff take the school bus?
Well, we are not comparing America with Jamaica.
Yeah,
Jamaica.
No, hold on. In everything else, you don't compare it though.
No.
Yes, man. Everything else. Once Jamaica is found wanting, the comparison is okay. But I don't know what the ministry will do. I don't speak for the ministry, but I would not support. The buses are for students only.
Well, to me, right, as a Jamaican and as a person who have big interest in the people who want to come out of poverty and this strain, I think if Jamaica government are implementing or doing something for the country, it should benefit for all. Now, if I'm implementing a bus service to Jamaica the first time, I will implement it in the right and proper way. It bus will be also taking teachers to school or work.
None is also an answer. Name me one country, whether it be US, Canada, England, any other country where you can think of, that has a school bus system, and that school bus system includes students and ancillary staff.
So what is wrong if the school bus is...
Hold on, boss. Just don't skip. Just answer me that question first. Do you know what one is?
I don't have a clue.
So you don't have a clue?
We are just reasoning upon a level.
I know, but in order to reason, we have to do question and answer.
Right,
so you assume you know where I'm going next when I ask a question.
No, I don't know where you're going.
There's no other country that does that. Now, Jamaica, we are in the infantry stages of implementing a school bus system. Right now, it is for the students, not for the teachers. Maybe
so why differentiate? Why differentiate them when they are going to the same school?
Well, let me ask you this: Is there a record of teachers being at the bus stop and yes, and no teachers for the bus?
I don't know, you know. But there's a way that if the teacher going to the same school, that's the bus taking without the teacher in the school, all the students all get teach.
The same busman.
So why you make the teacher feel and
the same busman will say no schoolers. Indeed, the teacher got the same school too.
But that's like you're pressuring the teacher pocket to pay more. You provide that school bus to give the student free education. So you don't need the teacher free opportunity to teach them. And you pay me as well.
Boss, listen to me. You're talking nonsense now, sir.
No, my brother.
utter nonsense. And here's why you're speaking. Here's why you're speaking utter nonsense. No country in the world, and we are going with world standard, as me say, when Jamaica is on the wanting on the compare. No country in the world.
First may I ever talk, my brother. First may I ever talk. So when I
no, it's not the first. It's not the first man you ever talk. I talk already.
Hold on. So which conversation may I have when me compare Jamaica with America?
I'm not talking. I'm not singling you in that comparison. It is compared to America whenever Jamaica is found wanting. But in this case, sir,
my brother, in this case, compare America with Jamaica, because Jamaica are self-independent people. America, in America, people are work ethics. In Jamaica, we are independent people.
All right,
so you can't compare America with Jamaica.
Let me answer this. Does teachers in Jamaica receive a transportation subsidy?
Sir?
Does teachers in Jamaica receive a transportation subsidy?
I do not know.
Or a transport allowance?
I do not know, sir.
You don't know? No. All right. Does teachers in Jamaica...
So, being like you ask me a question, just give me the answer right away. Come and tell them I don't know. So we are make it easy for the national public people can hear what I go on. You get me answer, my brother? Can look on
but here's my thing. Here's my thing.
Yeah.
If you are going to join a conversation in an online forum to defend a certain position, shouldn't you at least do a little research to figure what you're going to be arguing for or against?
But I'm not arguing with you.
No, not arguing with me. I'm talking argument for or against. Not arguing with me. Putting an argument pro or con.
I'm talking on the behalf of myself as a Jamaican, right? And what I would see the benefit for my Jamaican people and for the world to listen, my G, and for the world to acknowledge it. That's whosoever government doing something, doing it, and it makes sense to around every board. Now come tell me,
right,
listen to me, my brother. Now just come tell me. We gonna
question. Does this rural school bus system, is it a good initiative by the government?
If it good?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is good. I never say wrong. Did I tell you wrong?
But you think they should carry teachers on the bus?
Yes, nothing wrong with carry teacher on the bus, cause
right, here's my thing on that. You're not necessarily wrong for that, you know. I just say I don't agree with it, you know, but I'm not saying that your suggestion is wrong. I don't agree with it.
Right.
But
that's
I
what I'm
believe your suggestion is
that's
wrong.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say to you, my brother. Right? We all have people who we have preference for. But in this case, we don't have no preference for no one more on the growth for Jamaica and the people to make them life comfortable, my brother.
Man in Boston, what you do?
Huh? Who may I talk to?
Yeah, talk to Protecting J.A. Boston. Man from Nanga Queens. Bless up yourself, sir.
What go on, my brother?
Boy, I'm there, you know. Me beg Chuck to add me for a minute because me and you have discussion before on other platform. But me join other platform. And sometimes you talk down the middle, sometimes I think you're comrade.
What do you mean, comrade?
PMP, man, PMP. No.
It doesn't matter. This is what I don't like with Jamaica.
Hold on, man. Something me I say, you don't understand me I say it. But say sometimes you talk down the middle and you try to be fair, but sometimes you show say a PMP. But here what happened this morning now. You want me to tell you the one little tip of respect for me I gave this morning. The first thing when truck bring you up, you never jump up and start cuss the bus. it is a good initiative, and you just admit it a little while. I'm glad you said that, my general, because guess what? A Queens you live, and up to the day, because what the PMP them do, them a try if you say they bust them now, help nobody and nobody now take the bust them. And up to the day in a Queens, you see people have come out, even Jamaicans, your own yard them have come out and I put them, picking them on the bus them. And you know say it's a good thing. I'm glad you said that. And me
Yeah,
have
it's a
more
good
respect
thing, my
than me
brother.
have.
We all in our eyes. All right, look what me all upon, my brother. See, whether if you're red, green, my policy is to make Jamaican people grow and become better. We need to come as one. Same way I say, my brother, this politics business, it now put with nowhere. It only I put with against one another. Cause tomorrow morning if politics call and red win and green win is the same thing, bro. And what we are gonna live a life on pan. You see me I say, my G?
Hold on. That is one of the notion that people has been repeating for years, and it is an ignorant statement. But politics now put we know on it all.
A politics, my lord.
Hold on, boss. Let me say this. Politics matters. Leadership matters. What happened to Jamaican politics is that we have one side that is willing to lead the discussion towards development, and the next side that is willing to lead the thing towards destruction. It is simple that. It is simple you telling people, say, listen to me now. Them are bringing bus to kill off the picnic them. When you know say that is not true. When the argument, a political argument was that you know buy 20 bus, me would have buy 40. That is a political argument. You know, have to go to the extreme, and that is the issue with politics in Jamaica. It is used to tear down rather than
to the right
inspire.
word, my lord. Politics.
No, it is politics. I do not follow the notion of creating negative word and then ball against it.
What is politics? What is politics?
Politics.
What is it?
And politics is everywhere.
It's politics. Not trick the people.
Politics is in your home.
All right, hold on, my brother. Listen, I'm grateful.
Politics is on the post, it is at work.
I'm grateful of you to allow me to come on your platform, right? I am not.
And on my platform, you know, all our platform, you know.
Yeah, and if this is what me look upon, right? If God forbid, you know, I should be the president or the prime minister of Jamaica. My goal for my people, when my ancestors fight and we don't know where them turn, yeah, but they are not here, but their spirit and their word live on.
They don't have to be.
What?
Then, you know, one of them where the ancestors fight for, it means that they're not here. Who not here? The ancestors?
Them spirit is here with us, but we don't know where their body there. You get what I'm saying? But what I'm trying to say to you, bro, message what I try to say, what we get wrong in this politics, Jamaican people are not a part of the world, and we continue doing the things of this world and living. Listen me now, my brother.
Jesus. What you mean we're not a part of the world? You have to explain that part there to me. Me last time, so.
I'm gonna show you why. Yeah, get it wrong. Right? You see, Jamaican people,
no, me not get it wrong, me not get it none at all. What you mean we're not a part of the world? Go with that first. Break down that to me first.
Jamaican people, right? We're our own nation of people, right? And if you do not understand the narrative of Jamaica than the rest of the world, right? We Jamaican people supposed to come as one together to a certain extent for run away these politics away out of Jamaica, and we the people control the bus. Listen me now, my brother.
Hold on the Chuck, hold on the Chuck, hold on the bus. Chuck, I forget to tell you. Can me tell us if bring me up for a minute and me just want to say that to Bus Chin. But me forget to tell you, the longer you keep busting, I get a little bit crazy. You can drop me a note.
No,
Alright.
stay, man, stay.
No, man, me busy, man. I just a minute, me tell him to bring.
But boss,
Yeah.
hold on then. Hold on, boss. Me I try to follow you down that rabbit hole there, you know. So what you say? Jamaica now must do away with all this politics and run away the rest of the world. Which part you live again?
Let me show you.
Where
What you know
which part
about
you live
Jamaica?
again?
Tell me what you know about Jamaica first.
Hold
before
on,
now
which
you
part
read.
you live again?
What?
Hold on, where do you live?
Black River.
No, I'm talking presently. Where do you live?
Black River me live.
You live at Black River, so you don't live in New York.
I can't live anywhere. I'm free. I'm traveling.
I know
you
you're
tell me.
I know you are free.
Right.
But
So
you
me
live in
there at Black River now.
you're there at Black River now, but you soon
Yeah,
gone
me there
back
at
to New York.
Hendrick Wharf. Black River.
Yeah, but you soon gone back to New York.
It doesn't matter. I can go to England too.
It matter because here why it matter. It matter because your statement is hypocritical.
In what way? Tell me.
Because you are clear, so you must run where the rest of the world. But at the rest of the world, you're going to live.
You know,
Your
you
statement.
see it. All right. You see a narrative thinking now. How me show yourself. You not think for the people them. Now your generation.
No,
you
that is the problem.
You just for the
Hold on.
Mute
Mute this one. And here's the problem now. I cannot think for the people. The people them have to think for themselves. Everybody have them one brain. So I am not here to think for people. I am here to give information so people can draw their own conclusion. I cannot think for you. You cannot think for me. You must never try to think for me or try to think for another human being. And that is where your problem is. But Boss Chin, thank you for pass through. We link up again, sir. But the boss system is brilliant. Sorry, that was Boss Chin. You know, we have to entertain. We can't have to entertain people, man. Right? So, we have to entertain people, gentle people. We cannot just, we have to learn to listen to people's views and you know, try to trash them out and see where we agree and where we disagree. Right now, we agree, so the bus system is brilliant. We disagree, say politics is bad. Politics is a good thing if it is used properly. There is nothing wrong with politics. Yes, there is nothing wrong with politics. And people have this way of creating. People have this way of creating negative terms and then crying against it. Right? I have no issue. Politics is a good thing if practiced right. Every country, even way back, in the days, way back, there were always a government. Sometimes I just a chief. Even when it was just a chief, people still used to have to pay taxes to the government. When they never had no money, your taxes was a part of your farm, part of your crop. When you reap your crop, you have to bring a part to the king or bring a part to the chief. There was always a system of government. In Africa, where we love to talk about we are Africa now, we roots and with this. There was a system of government in every tribe. There was a tribe leader. Every tribe have a leader. Even in the Indians where you come, every tribe have a leader. So there was always politics. So politics, my people, is a good thing. What we have is people who use it to manipulate rather than to inspire. If we had two political parties in Jamaica that love Jamaica, when the PNP took over office in 1972, they would have continued on the same plan that Jamaica was. And Jamaica would have been the pride of the world right now, would have probably been one superpower. If that growth plan did continue, if the plan was stick to like it has been stuck to since 1944, If we did keep the same plan right through independence and it's just working to develop Jamaica, we would have been so much further along today. The leader of one of the countries that Jamaicans love to talk about, Singapore, when he came here in the 60s, he was amazed at what Jamaica. He took the very same plan back home and implemented it in Singapore. When he came back here in the 70s, I think it was 76 or 70s, around that time, when he came back here and he saw what happened to Jamaica, he said our then Prime Minister was a fool. Yes, Lee Kuan Yew said Jamaican man at the time was a fool. PMP love to talk. When PMP then tell the story, then tell us Lee Kuan Yew come here and say Michael was a genius and he come and copy Michael plan. Lee Kuan Yew came here in the 60s and they copied the development plan of Jamaica and take it back home. And he was able to come back at the Commonwealth Summit, I think it was. And when he came and see the condition that Jamaica was in, him said Michael was a fool. So yes, politics is a good thing when it is done right. If we have two political parties that is before the pre-independence Jamaica, where you have the PMP and the JLP, the race of both leaders was, guess what? In my term, me open more factory than you, me bet more road than you. That was the race between Norman and Buster. Me open more factory, me make more roads. It was a developmental race. Until Michael Manley come and use the same politics and brainwash the people them. Tell them say, uno no have to work. The government supposed to give you everything you want. No country can run like that. And he found out the hard way. Right? He found out the hard way that no country can run like that. Now, man, I wait time right through the year, man. You can't tell me when to wear my time. Wear my time every day of the week, man. Even when I take off first, I'm clothes, I still have on my time. I think this. You can't call me Tom Finley. Right? He came and he used politics and he brainwashed people. And that is why up to today, all PMP them still sit on with the mentality, say government to do everything for you. That is the problem. It's not politics, it's the practitioners. The PMP came back in the 90s again and used politics as a way to create dependency and state. That is what they did with politics. And now we have Andrew Michael Holness, who is trying to change the political landscape, who is saying, let us debate ideas. We're not going to debate in the gutter. Join us on the platform. Join us on the platform and let us debate ideas that will help Jamaica. That means, even if you go in an election and you win, we can be confident Jamaica will be in good hands. But let me ask you this. The PMP has been on the campaign trail nearly 4 years now. Remember the people, nearly 4 years now the PMP on the campaign trail. Before a couple of weeks ago, did the PMP ever mention a rural school bus system as part of their plan? Somebody answer that question there for me. Tap up the screen, my people. 10,000, move it beyond 10,000, man. So, I got 20. Before a couple of weeks ago, and a 4 years of a campaign, did they ever mention a rural school bus system? No. But now they are all expert in school bus. Yes, right. They're all expert in it. They never mentioned one before because remember that we would have had one had it not been for the People's National Party. We had a rural school bus system. Mike Henry ordered 230 buses. Bring them in, and these were new buses. These were new buses. Not second like we are by now. 230, and these buses would have been dedicated to a rural school bus system. And the PMP, led by Omar Davis, Portia Simpson Miller, and the very same Mark Golding, canceled that order for a school bus system in rural Jamaica. So right now, Jamaica could be the one selling how many schools JLP built since 2016. Well, whoever you are, I don't say a name, I see one that, so you look like it's a period. Are you an eye woman every month? Jamaica is in a state right now, my brethren. We don't need new schools. Here? So we don't just build, you're not going to build school just for build school sake. We don't need new schools right now in Jamaica, please. Come on, man. That's what I'm saying. You think, that's not, Jamaica don't need a new school right now. We are not in dire need of new school. Do we have schools overflowing? No. What we did for schools was over 200 schools has been given new classroom blocks. So we don't need new school. We expand the ones that are here. We have enough. Well, I don't say enough, but we are okay now. Okay, we don't need new school, no. So we expanded what we have. Each school, over 200 of them was given new classroom blocks. So when the time comes for new school, we will build new school. But that's not an issue right now. Give me a next question if you have a choice to make a point. Again, I think you are, again, the schools that are existing has been expanded. We give each of them a new classroom block. Okay? So if your idea is overcrowding, a new classroom block help that. Okay, sir? I don't know how else I can answer your question. I don't know how else. Yes, we will be building some specialized school. We are building some specialized school. Right, so we have expanded all the schools. Over 200 schools have been getting at that. And you're asking me how much school the JLP build. But I notice you're trickingly you had since 2016. The Jamaica Labour Party is responsible for the building of our educational sector. Yeah? The largest construction of schools in Jamaica to this day has been done under the Jamaica Labour Party. Well, Dan, if it's a prisoner boast, you need to look out because we are going to lock you up too. I am wrong. I am wrong. Anyway, brother, I can't argue with you. I not really argue with period. Put a name and come back. Add a name and come back. I not argue with period. Add a name. If you want to have a conversation with me, add a name. I don't argue with period. Okay? Add a name and come back. I not argue with people. I not argue with period. When the woman have period, that's when they put her to bed. And as a Rasta man, they put her out of the house, must go up on the hill. If you're add a name and come back and we can have a conversation. I don't mind having a conversation with you. Add a name, come back, send me a request and we talk. Yes, do that for me. Add a name, send a request and we talk. Simple put, I can't argue with one period side. Period is the man's greatest enemy because when the woman depends on period, nothing can go on. So we know as a man, we don't like period. Yeah, we don't like period. So we not gonna like you. Not because of your politics, but we don't like the period side. Right? But as I said, people, Lee Kuan Yew said Michael Manley was a fool. That's why I call him a fool. Because the Jamaica that he came here and saw in the 60s When he came back 10 years later, was an image of it for myself. Yeah, we know say our first round was them, man. I just some people are play politics on it. When I have no problem with the boss them. No well-think in Jamaica have any problem with the bosses. Okay? No well-think in Jamaica. No supporter of the People's National Party should not have the balls or the bare face to come to the Jamaican people and talk about school bus. Because of them why we don't have a rural school bus system now. At them why we do not have a rural school bus system now. We could have had one from 2010, 2011. We could have had one. The buses were ordered. And if you don't believe me, look up the information. All of the comrades them who was a real light you can tell. Mike Henry, Lester Mike Henry, as transport minister. The PMP have an issue with everything. Their job is to oppose, and they will oppose every goddamn thing. If the government come in with an initiative tomorrow that says every single Jamaican will receive $1 billion, the PMP will oppose it. If the government put in an initiative that will cure cancer tomorrow in all its form, the PMP will oppose it because that's what they do. They oppose. And not just oppose, they tend to tear down. And some of these things, it shows how little them think of them supporters. And more PMP supporters to understand this, you know. So the hierarchy of the PMP do not respect UNO. They don't think UNO have the ability to think. That's why Mark Gordon go up on the platform and say, no man, no listen to nobody else, man. Just listen to me. That is when them think. When they want to communicate serious matter, them put it in a writing. Because guess what? Them know say UNO don't read. Them no rate UNO, them no respect UNO. One of the richest man in this country, I walk around his constituents are people that he's trying to represent. And I tell them, say, when the school bus come, they know if you take it. I go around and try pour cold water upon the school bus. That's not leadership. Leadership is to go around your constituency and tell the people, them say, well, the government is implementing a school bus system. It is good. But if you elect me, I will do my best to improve what it is. Thank you, Samantha. Choose Jamaica. That leadership and politics. If you want to play a political role with this bus, walk around, tell the people, yeah man, yes man, the bus system good man, I come with a bus. We would have do it differently now when if you vote for me still. I am going to do that to improve it. That is politics. But you're telling your constituents, the people you hope to support you, say, no, take it. You know, good, it'll go kill out your picnic. So the question is now, and more well-thinking Jamaican in the rural area, if you consider this. If the People's National Party is telling you, say the bus no good, then come in to kill off your picnic. Now, if an election is called, and God forbid the PMP win, what will happen to the buses? Are they all of a sudden gonna be safe? William said the bus system is the only thing you have. It's a question, but I don't understand the question. It's a question, but I don't understand it. The bus system is the only thing you have. I don't understand the question. What William? I have to break it down. We have to expose them. We have to expose them, man. Protecting as the hypocrites they are. We have to expose it, and this is a vital issue. This is something. This bus system is 40 years too late. Yes. And this bus system, what we are implementing today, is 40 years too late. And made 15 years later by the PMP, because we could have started it from 2010, from 2012. The buses were ordered. Actually, truth be told, it is 44%. Right? The buses were ordered. The buses were scheduled for delivery. And they were, they are sick like career school them. I don't understand how it is. Right? The buses were ordered. They were scheduled for delivery. They were to be paid for in the next budget. The PMP canceled them. The PMP canceled them. So all of the rural parents them, within the last 15 years, you have to find the $500, $600, and $700 to send them up to school. A PNP fault. And don't hold me to this. But I think that Mike Henry plan would have been a free bus system. And this bus system was coming out of one of the worst financial times the world has ever seen. And the PMP led this country in the prosperous time when the world was prospering and every country was growing and could not implement a school bus system. Think of it, you know. When Jamaica Labour Party took office in 2007, they were hit by the world financial crisis, where money dry up all over. And they still had the balls to attempt to implement a school bus system because it was necessary. When we took office again in 2016, we were again hit by the worst pandemic in over 120 years. But we still come out of it and is again attempted to implement a school bus system. William, you want to have a conversation with me, William? Send me a request and come on. If you want to have a conversation with me, request and come. I don't understand what you're trying to say. I don't understand what you're trying to say. Request and come, William. I can't follow your typing. I don't. Maybe you're not typographical to express yourself. You mean Jamaica Omnibus Service? What did JOS have to do with the school bus system? What JOS have to do with school bus? Come on, man. Look at that, man. William, listen to me. Me can't read. The PMP then say me don't. So stop type. If you want to have a discussion, come. I am willing to have the discussion with you. But other than that, me go different. Right. So we could have had this system long ago. We could have had this system long ago. But the People's National Party, who try to sell you the notion that they care about poor people, is the one that has been preventing poor people picnic from travel in a style. Yeah? Now, man, all right, let me tell you something. Let me tell you what, you see them same bus there? Them same bus there. The government of Jamaica has been operating those buses for years. Yeah? And let me tell you which part you can see about 4 of them bus they park up. The Ministry of Labour have them bus and them they use carry farm workers to the airport. The very same long bus them where them are complaining about. And them park up, if you don't know which part, the Ministry of Labour there on North Street. The Ministry of Labour have about 4 of them same bus they park up. Long time. And me attack long time. Where them use carry farm workers. When them go to the airport and them carry the farm worker them. Hanover Street. Then they either Hanover Street and Banuk Street. You drove on it, all right. So them buses are new to Jamaica. So don't follow comrade in them fake outrage. Because somebody delivering a service that they fail to. William, again, if you want to have a discussion, just press the request button and come. Right? So the PMP know the importance of the system, which is why them so adamant to tear it down. Because them realize that, oh shit, we never do this, you know. So them are going to do everything to tear it down. But when a well-thinking person, them have to understand. Chops me, they big up yourself, my boss. When the well-thinking person have to understand is that, listen to me now. The last time you had a chance, you canceled the buses. You cancel them, the PMP. We should not help poor people picnic. And now we are walk around and try to convince the same poor people them. Because you don't have the power to cancel it this time. So you tell the same poor people them say, nobody take the bus. That's how wicked the PMP is as an organization. Stop make them telling about them care about poor people. The PMP as an organization, the only time them member poor is when them want to no vote. Like I said, after 4 years now, them a campaign. Check every speech where Mark Golden give, where Peter Bunting give, where Dayton Campbell be, both on the political platform, in a parliament, everywhere. Did he ever mention a rural school bus system? No, they never remember nothing about rural school bus, but rural parents. Until Bishop, whatever, let me say I was Bishop this. Until the Jamaica Labour Party attempted to implement one. Now they realize how good it is, but they might tear it down. They might come with that. Me never do PMP to now mathematician now. I calculate what one cost yourself up. Everything they might calculate, all the money I could have buy one coaster. Let me ask you this. You never see when the coaster them crash a roof and then fall up on what? Yeah. Them went online, they find one picture, I want bus where they on fire. This could happen in Jamaica. Yes, it could happen. But that don't mean that you must wish it down upon our own people. Bishop Emery. Hello, Bishop.
Bless you, sir. God bless you.
God bless you, sir.
How are you doing today?
I am doing excellent, sir. How are you?
I am doing great. I've been seeing this argument about the school buses in Jamaica. Note, I don't live in Jamaica anymore, but I am a Jamaican. If I should turn the cameras on, you would see those same buses parked outside my window, right here in New York. You would see those buses driving on the streets. And what are they doing? They are taking children to school. Even though the summer break is on, it's the same buses that works in the summer break to take the kids to school throughout the time of the summer, summer camps and so forth. Jamaica is not the only country that purchased these buses from America. All right? There are several other countries who purchased these buses from America for their children, for a school bus system. Now, I see the argument of a one-time incident where a bus may have caught fire and stuff like that. It is not just those vehicles that will sometimes you will see a one-time incident. Approximately all type of vehicle, you do see these incidents. But what I notice as a pastor, and I'm going to be very fair, I grew up in Jamaica in the 80s. I know the hell Jamaica have been through. I saw the pain that Jamaica have been through with crime, with the economy, and just about everything. And my view is, whenever there is a time where it's campaigning time, the PMP always seeks to love the poor the most, or professed to love the poor the most. But at the end of the day, the PMP is the one that hates the poor the most. If you remember when the Jamaica Labour Party had said that they were going to bring the threshold.
Yes,
I think
1.5.
I think it was at 500,000 at the time.
It was 590,000.
Right.
And they were going to move it to 1.5.
And the PMP said, no, it cannot work. Mark Golding was one of them who said it cannot work. All right. There was an economist that I see that is jumping for them now as well. He was a young boy at the time. He said it cannot work. I think he's campaigning in Montego Bay now. I forget his name.
Yeah, man.
He said it cannot work. He was on TVJ News mornings after mornings, day after day, months after months, explaining how it cannot work. But now we see how it works. Look at the economy in Jamaica. Growing up under PJ Patterson government, I have so much in my heart to talk about. So much pain that Jamaica have gone through. And I want Jamaican people not to have short-term memories. Remember, I was thinking last night. Remember, there was a man on the radio by Mutty Perkins.
William Perkins, man, yes.
And there was another man on the radio by the name of Babatunde.
Yes.
And there was another man on the radio from the side of the PMP. His name was, I forget his name. He used to come on in the morning.
Is it Quates? Ronnie Quates at the time?
Yes. These men were always crying out to the government on behalf of the nation that PJ Patterson was the prime minister. The only way we could curb the crime situation is to bring out the army along with the police to work together, curfew these areas, get rid of the gangs and so forth and so forth. The PMP government did absolutely nothing when it came to crime. Crime grew. No. Crime grew under that government more than anything else. All right? in the 90s, late 80s, 90s, Spanish Town went under. Kingston went under. You could think about St. Catherine, Linstead and those places went under. Montego Bay went under. There were places like Manchester. When you, as a child, they would tell you, don't go to Kingston, they will kill you. But then those places went under because of what? The neglect of these people for handling crime and dealing with crime the way it should. All right? Now that we see crime is going down in Jamaica, they say the government isn't doing anything. Now, I am not for JLP or PMP. I am a Jamaican who is living outside of Jamaica, who is seeing the progress and the growth that is taking place in Jamaica. All right? So when it comes to these cool school bus situation, every country, it should be the pride of the nation, the pride of a government and the opposition to say to the country, we are going to give you a system for the children to take them to school and back. Right? And so for Jamaica to be doing something like this, I think what Mark Golding and the PMP should be doing in their campaign is to say to the private sector, come on board, go on board with the government and see how much of those buses you can donate. I mean, Jamaica is not the only country that is purchasing those buses for their children. There are countries all over the world, not one, not two, not a dozen. There are countries all over the world that purchase these used buses to develop their school bus system for the children. And as you rightly said, those buses, it's not the first those buses are coming to Jamaica. Those buses have been in Jamaica taking the farm workers to the airport for a long time now, for as long as I know. Those buses have been there. Jamaica is not the only country that uses those buses. Every country in the world that has a school bus program, those are the very same type of bus that is being used. And every country in the world, every now and then, you will see a bus, and I'm going to stop now. You will see a bus or any vehicle may caught on fire. It doesn't matter who make it. There is always sometime electrical problem or whatever. And rightly says, it is not the age of the bus that you should worry about. What you should worry about is how much the buses are going to be maintained. And there is a system, as I noticed, that have been put in place for the buses to be maintained. So I think what Jamaicans should be doing right now, they should be proud, they should applaud the government, they should be thanking the government, knowing that September coming, there is going to be less prey on their children. September coming, there are going to be less incident with their children. September coming, there are going to be less parents worrying if their children is going to come home from school, because they have started a program to say, let us take our children safe and back to school. The children are the future of the country. And I'm calling on Jamaicans to stop playing politics with the future of Jamaica. All right? I came to Jamaica and I've seen so many development taking place. But when you watch the social media, for those of us that are in the diaspora, we would have thought that nothing good is happening in Jamaica. But I came back to Jamaica. I didn't leave Jamaica a long time ago. I just left Jamaica maybe 2017. And coming back to Jamaica and seeing places that I've left where it was just bushes. Now I go there, I see KFC, I see all kind of buildings there. The place turned into a town. And as I drive all over Jamaica, I am seeing the testimony of the government of the day. That is, amazing. I'm asking Jamaicans, please remember, under Mr. Pattison, please remember, under Portia Simpson Miller, please remember the government workers, PJ Pattison and Portia Simpson said that the public sector was too large. Mark Golden, all of those said the public sector was too large. They should cut the public sector by how much percent? This government increased the public sector. Under the PMP government, hospital went down, clinics closed down, businesses locked down and leave Jamaica. So many businesses locked down and leave Jamaica under the poverty that the PMP government had plunged upon the country by tax. Come on, Jamaican, you need to remember what was happening to the country. I yield back.
Bishop, it was refreshing to hear somebody else say these things. When I said them, people accuse me, say you're just political. But it was good to hear from you, Bishop. We appreciate you stopping by. And several members say you need to pass through more often. Right? You need to let us hear from you more often.
Whenever I have the time, if I see you comes up, I will come on. But Jamaican, my brother, Jamaicans, I'm not, as I said, I have never grown up as a PMP, as a Labourite. I'm not in that. I am for Jamaica. I used to work in the public sector. And I was so much afraid at times under Mrs. Portia Simpson Miller regime because of what PJ had left for her, right? I mean, I used to pastor a church in one of those inner city, Whitfield Town Division, where Portia Simpson Miller was the prime minister. Yes. And I am telling you, for the entire period of time, and I still have a church in that community, right? I still have a church there. And for that entire period of time that lady was the prime minister, and you don't see much that she has done down there. The only thing she did down there was these few houses on the Spanish Town Road, right there in, is it 2 Mile? Yes, in 2 Mile area out there, going out to Painland, right? That's the only thing you could see. And the truth is, I mean, these people had done little or nothing for Jamaica, right? I see a guy down there in Manchester, Peter Phillips' son. He's down there all this time. He has nothing to boast about to say what he did for Jamaica. I am a Manchesterian. He has nothing to boast about what he did for that area. Now he's talking about the roads that are building. He should be ashamed to be putting this up on his post to say we are doing roads. All right, this guy that was in Mandeville there, Peter Bunting, he should be ashamed of Mandeville and what he had done, little or nothing for the community of that he serves, especially in Mandeville town. to see this young lady who comes up out of nowhere and the amount of work that she's doing under their government. They had no plan. They had no plan to build roads. They had no plan to develop the country. All that happens under the 18 years that they were there from P.J. Patterson. Michael Manley had handed over to P.J. Patterson. Yes? Let us remember that. Michael Manley hand over to P.J. Patterson. I remember the day when Michael Manley was handing over to P.J. Patterson. My father sent me to the shop to buy bread. And the shopman told me if I don't buy sugar, I can't get the bread. In those days, they married the stuff to sell you. I'm talking about the late 80s, early 90s. And PJ hand over to Portia Simpson Miller, and Michael Manley, hand over to PJ. And the moment PJ came into power, what he did, he started to lay tax upon the people. Tax. Goodyear had was to leave Jamaica in 3 miles. In the evening, when you used to drive 3 miles, the buses have to slow down because of the hundreds of workers that is coming out of the free zones and the different places that are there, the different businesses that were there. All of those places locked down and leave Jamaica under PJ. All right? Jamaica used to make fridge, Jamaica used to make TV, Jamaica used to make all these things. And all these places that was 3 Mile was a buzzing area. 3 Mile had was to lock down. Why do you think 2 banks had was to go to 3 Mile? They had was 2 banks went to 3 Mile because of how 3 Mile was buzzing and the level of foot traffic and people that was in those places working. You used to have yam exporting right there from 3 miles. Under P.J. Patterson and Portia Simpson Miller, it crumbled. It went down to nothing. What is Jamaican people talking about? They need to remember these things. And especially the young people. The older folks need to teach their children these things. I am not so old. I grew up in the 80s, 90s. Yes? Well, there's a place in Spanish Town, Windsor Heights, and those places. You couldn't go to those places. You couldn't, as a stranger, drive your van up in those places. Men would take you down because of the crime level that, come on, people. I have a passion for my country. I have a passion for my country. And I love Jamaica. And one of the things that's hurt me the most is when I'm sitting down among persons and here they are talking about Jamaica and nothing is happening in Jamaica. Right? And when I go to Jamaica and I see what is happening in that country, it's totally different from what is being portrayed about the country. There was a program by the name of Solidarity Program when we were growing up.
Yes, it was recently relaunched, Bishop.
Right? That same government break it down, tear it down, mash it up. To see a government relaunch the Solidarity Program, that is a plus for Jamaica. It's a plus. I remember how the older folks that I know growing up used to get help from the Solidarity Program. When I look, man of God, under this other program here that they came in with, where the government had placed money in an account for the children parents who could not lay a foundation for them, right? To when they get to 18 years old, they will have something.
It's called the Jamaica Hope for Children Trust Fund.
Right. They can get something from that. the parents in Jamaica who knows that they are now at the lowest part of the economical table, and they have children, they should know that their children have something to look forward to. It was, when I look at the art program, and how Jamaicans were not able to be benefited from the art program much unless you could pay for it. And the government of the day comes and said, okay, we are making it available for you. We are paying you to go to art. Which country in the world is doing that? Research it and tell me. We are going to pay you to go and get skills because we need skilled persons in our country. Huh? I see Damian Crawford talking some stupidness that, and these guys, all they have is a hype. It's just a hype and learn. They like to rhyme words and people jump and say, yay, thinking that they're saying something good. Every day I see Andrew cutting ribbon, and when I look in my daughter's head, no ribbon on the left is under the bubbles. I mean, if you are an intelligent person, telling Jamaica that you are educated, and you see a people that is a government that is always on the move, cutting ribbons for new development. Isn't that something good happening to the country? Isn't that something good happening to the country? When I look at St. Thomas and see what PMP do to St. Thomas, right? What PMP did to St. Thomas and how St. Thomas is now coming back. And the same PMP, they don't have no shame to be going over there and campaigning and discouraging the people. I mean, you have to campaign, you know. Everybody have to campaign because they want to go where they want to go. But at the same time, I want the Jamaican people to know, look beyond their words, look for action. Look at where the country were and where the country is today. How many times on a straight for the past 2 years have you heard the International Monetary Organization gives Jamaica economy a positive look? It has to be that the country is growing. Those are not political, right? The international organizations that is looking at the economies of the world, that's not political. Come on, Jamaican. Look at this last one. Jamaica and the United Kingdom and Germany, when it comes to traveling, what they call it, is on the same level. The United Kingdom and the travel advisory, right? Jamaica, Germany, the United Kingdom, and I think is another country and Ghana are on the same level. What it means? It means that the travel advisories of the world are now saying more tourists can go to Jamaica. More people can go to Jamaica. It is not as it used to be, right? And why did they do that? They did it because they see that the government of the day is doing something about crime, and crime is going down.
44% reduction so far, Bishop.
And the question I want to ask Jamaica, do you see the amount of countries that are coming to Jamaica? Do you know why they are coming to visit Jamaica? These heads of state, they are coming there to ask the government, what are you doing while your country is growing so much? That's why they are there.
Just like they did back
they
in
want
the 60s.
to adopt certain principles Jamaica is doing. I don't think people are looking deep, my brother. I have so much inside of me, but I'm gonna heal back for there. We'll talk another day. I have to go to my office and
Thank you so much for pass through, Bishop. You're here regular, so you can just join us whenever.
okay. God bless you, man. God bless
Yes,
you.
sir.
God bless you. Have a good one.
Chuck, where you, man?
Right here, sir. We're just listening to the Bishop a while ago,
Yeah, man,
telling us from the heart the things that we have been saying every day.
yeah.
It is good to hear somebody else come and say it, so then nobody is alive. We are tell.
Well, you know, I think Jamaicans are listening, though, you know. That's the only thing I will add to what Bishop says. I think the Jamaican people are listening, and they're listening attentively too. And that is why whenever they go to the polls this time around, they are going to really and truly demonstrate to the PNP how much they have been rejected. You see, when you can go to the depth that you have gone in attacking a service that is benefiting school kids. You see, I learned a few things in life that the elderly and kids are sacred. They are protected species. They are protected at all cost, at any cost, at all time. Right? It is Mahatma Gandhi who says the true test of a nation is measured in how you treat the most vulnerable among us. And if it is that you are putting in place a system to benefit school kids, and you could insert such heavily toxic political rhetoric in there, and to sort of compromise it to the extent where you even set up people say, boy, you bust them and go kill off poor people picnic. It is the height of nasty derogatory politics. You see, the PNP has not changed its spot. And anybody who follow or study or live through the 1970s, particularly the 1976 election, would appreciate that the PNP's position today is lockstep in how they operate generally, and in particular 1976. Yeah? A song by Neville Martin dubbed My Leader Barney. Yeah? A song that was released 14 days before the general election in 1976. And it was a rallying cry for the PNP. And we see the playbook again, where they have now released another song. A song that is really invoking violence and war and blood and fire against the Jamaican people. Now, I don't know who is advising the PNP, but could nobody in that room say to them that putting out a song speaking about blood and fire in the context of our political history, no one was in that room to say it was not a good idea?
You know,
Nobody was there to say it wasn't a good idea?
Chopper
Yes.
and Chuck. Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
But you said something that is extremely important. When you have leadership, right, you need to have, diverse opinions so you can come to solid ideas. Yeah. If everybody's singing the same tune, then what will go out to the public, right, might not be for the public's good. Now, within the PNP, everybody's singing the same tune. They're saying the same things. Within the executive, they sit down and somebody say, you know what we're going to do? We're going to come out and say these buses are all buses and it's going to kill Pitney. And nobody in there say, no, we're not saying that. And that is a true identification of the kind of politics that PNP want for Jamaica. Yeah? it's the reality. When you can have a leader go on a platform and chastise every single thing that will work for the people of Jamaica. Yeah? When you can have a leader go on a platform and say we're going to give $1 billion to content creators, right? Well, that is a clear political means to incentivize their political people. Yeah? And nobody in the space said no, but that don't mean well for Jamaica. It tells you that the PNP is not only bankrupt of ideas, but the kind of thinking that is necessary for national growth doesn't exist within their organization at all. Yeah? And the only viable option, not just because it exists, but because there's proven track record, is the Jamaica Labour Party. Yeah? The only time in our history I can remember, at least, you chopper come from far before me. But this is the only time I can recall, a political party campaigning not just on wanting to win, but on the work. The work every single member of parliament can campaign on the work. And what does that say?
Not this promise, but delivery.
Yeah. Yeah. Every single crevice and corner that you have a member of parliament on the Jamaica Labour Party, a Jamaica Labour Party member of parliament, you can see tangible work. Yeah, the government want to have pocket parks in every single constituency, and a member of parliament, Mickey Phillips, go and tell the government they don't want a park in them constituency. Yeah, the kind of backward thinking. Yeah, the kind of they just want power for power's sake. Nothing about we want the best for Jamaica.
The PNP as a party, since, and I'm talking now, since Michael Manley days till now, has never been interested in what is good for Jamaica. It has always been about what is good for the PNP. So if it is good, say them sink Jamaica under the water because they think it will mean good for the PNP, they will do it. Nothing is off limit to these people.
I keep saying it. The PNP will suffer their own people. They will suffer their own people and Jamaica for power.
They have done it.
No, they're doing it as we speak. Yeah, as we speak, there are councillors, PNP councillors, who receive their PRF, public revenue funds. Yeah, every single month, and they'll tell the people that they don't get nothing from the government and they don't get no funding from their member of parliament. Well, fully well I know. So they don't need funding from an MP to do their work. Right? And them not just tell Labour right that, they might tell their own people. Sometimes you see PNP hate Labour right, you wonder why, because they're the people who are supposed to be leading them and lead them astray. I fuel them with hate and disgust.
Remember, David Campbell speak it what they know. When he said while on their campaign trail and turned to visit the house of an old comrade from Michael and Norman days. And when you walk into the house of the old comrade and you hail him up, and you turn to look up to the sky, a blue yasi kind of on a roof, you know, live nowhere.
Remember.
Right. When you say you're willing to suffer them people, it is true. Mark Golding have a lady that called Cliffuse for the constituency one day that is living nowhere. And Mark Golding is allotted 5 houses under the Hope House program for the last 7 years. And he has not found it fit to recommend anybody in his constituency to get one. Because if you do that, it will go look good for the government. Then I do it. It is a case where the Prime Minister go down and Michael Phillips constituency to hand over house to one of them supporter. And the very same people will sit down, witness them for and get something from the government, and skin up their face for the Prime Minister. Oh, we're not shaky, man. When him going to do something for one of your people. I don't think that is you see, PMP is that somebody said what they say it take what they put it again. You have to have a special kind of a heart to be a PMP. Something I don't remember. I got trying to find that. You have to have a special kind of heart to be a PMP supporter. They're not normal. It's not a normal set of people. Them. But greatness, I'm going to play some of Cliff Hughes earlier on in there for a minute.
No different. Several things happened on the weekend on the political platform and off the political platform. As we have been saying, we're now knee-deep into the election campaign. And let me just point out here, in democracies where people have a free and fair vote, one man, one woman, one vote, election campaigns are very vital in their decision-making, the people's decision-making, because election campaigns are really, if you could compare it or associate them with sitting an exam. You're auditioning for the job of Member of Parliament and ultimately Prime Minister. It's an exam that you're writing. You're making your case to the people why they should vote for you. And that is so for the parliamentary candidates and those who lead their parties. When people look at the leaders of the party, they're also sizing them up. They are scrutinizing them. Do they like them? Do they trust them? Is it somebody you'd want to model yourself off? Is it someone you'd want your son or your daughter, to be like? So campaigns are